Average gardener, the leaves and stems have a fresh, salty flavor that brings to mind the ocean. You can also make a soap substitute from the leaves. Native to South and West Africa, ice plant was accidentally spread worldwide in ship ballast tanks in the 18th century. Now it is naturalized in many areas. It's also known as salty ice plant and crystalline ice plant. It gets its name from specialized translucent cells that form on the outside of the plant. Because it can take over a garden, consider growing common ice plant in large containers in a greenhouse or outside where they get full sun. Container growing helps keep ice plant under control. Seeds are available online, and you can rarely find seedlings available at nurseries. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Look for a thunderstorm in the area this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy today, high 72 to 79. Then mostly cloudy tonight, low 45 to 53. Tuesday and Wednesday both will be sunny much of the time and cooler. We'll have a high Tuesday of 60 to 63, high Wednesday 65 to 71. Record-breaking low temperatures tomorrow night. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
That time of year again. You found that perfect gift. Now how to ship it? Well, Just Ship is the answer. Just Ship has a flat rate for package ship and curbside pickup with convenient weekend hours. Plus, even gift wrapping is available. Right now until December 16th, Just Ship will have free pickup or 15% off your total shipping cost. Shop small, ship small. Just Ship is located across from Yandles Building Supply on North Magnolia. Call them at 352-234-3840.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to hour number 2 on a Monday, the last Monday of November, November 30th. An overcast, dreary day, but going to get colder tomorrow. But right now, it's warm in the studio because I have two lovely ladies in here, both of them with smiles on their faces. So I'll turn it back over to Sonda Eunice with Tom and Sonda on a Monday morning. Sonda, it's all yours.
Thank you, Tom. So today we have actually a second guest. So today's a very special day for us. And we currently have Ladidra Stokes with us here. And Ladidra, your company is RBS Counseling and Educational Services?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself and about your business?
Okay, so my name is Ladidra Stokes Roberts. I am currently providing educational and life coaching and mental health services for children and families. I also work with parents on parenting skills and how to assist kids that may have certain diagnoses or any struggles they are having in school or at home. I currently have my master's in human service counseling, marriage and family, and human services human services, social and community services. I also attend HBCU, South Carolina State University. I'm currently in school now for my master's in social work. So I'm doing a lot of things. I'm currently registered as a mental health counselor for the state of Florida. I'm an intern, so hopefully I'll be licensed soon to diagnose. And so I'm actually excited about the new adventure that I'm doing. A little bit about me. I'm born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey, raised in South Carolina, a small town, Elster, South Carolina, where a lot of opportunities came for us, a small rural area, but we definitely was blessed to, share our talents and things like that.
You are one busy lady.
That's what I was getting tired over here listening to all the work she does.
And it's funny because we were actually just talking about how parents should get a license and get testing before they can become parents, because not everyone knows how to be a parent.
Believe me.
Difficult.
So that's great that you're providing those kinds of services.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it kind of for any parents that are interested, or is it more for parents of children that have special needs? Or
no, any parent that may have the struggle, or you have a lot of parents with a lot of strengths, and they just want support. So I definitely do those, and group coaching with parents, group coaching with kids. So it's very versatile.
I would think that if you came in, you can group with parents, do coaching with parents and children. Do you ever do it where they're all in the same group together so that you can say, hey, this is what mom and dad's got going on, this is what the kids got going on, this is how we could figure out how to come up with a good game plan to function as a unit better?
Now, I never did a group coaching session with parents and kids in the same setting, but I have provide counseling to parents and kids, like the entire family, and we do a lot of role plays and things like that. So I have done it, but I haven't done it in a group setting, like a large group of people. So
yeah,
it's a great idea, though.
Sometimes Tom has them.
Every now and then.
Well, and we at our clinics, we actually have a lot of children that do have mental health issues or behavioral issues, so a lot of it, and yes, some parents are coming in there, especially if the teachers are pushing them to, and they're like, we need medication, right? But really, our physicians usually start with behavior modification and parent teaching and counseling, right? Yes. So it really just starts with the parent knowing how to interact with their kids, how to guide their kids, and how to kind of give them that discipline and structure so that they still are able to thrive, succeed in school, right?
Yes.
Engage in regular activities.
Yeah. Family engagement is very important for families, especially if you got kids. Some kids are labeled as ADHD, but it may not be ADHD. It may be PTSD or some type of trauma they dealt with in their life and they never got help for it. So, I mean, they're, having problems with focusing or, their movement. And you see kids like getting 504 plans and IEPs now. But, I mean, we got to tackle the trauma that they go through. So
how much of the trauma you see, because I was lucky until I was a teenager, probably 14, I had a 2-parent household where my mom stayed home. My dad worked. But I'm a dying generation. That was a long time ago. But now you see both parents, if you have a 2-parent household, both parents are in the workplace.
Yep.
But a lot of times you don't have a 2-parent household. You have a single-parent household, and a single parent sometimes has 2 jobs.
Right.
How hard is that struggle for them, and what are some of the techniques you can help them with to learn how to juggle life? Because that's what they're doing basically, is juggling life.
Right. And I definitely give my hats off to a lot of the single parents, even parents that it's 2-parent homes and the struggles there. I would always recommend them to reach out, have a support system. A lot of people don't believe in counseling, but just give it a try. I mean, there's so many people that brings trauma into their adulthood. So, like, what can we do now to help these people, overcome these things and parenting and learning how to organize themselves, in the parenting role, time management, all of those things, and be able to break down those barriers. So
it's hard for kids to learn the lessons from their parents when their parents are out of the home 12 hours a day because they're going to and from work and they're working and everything. So a support staff, what you supply, is probably very important in the cognitive development of the children.
Yes, I agree. And then, just having that great support system. For me, I have a great support system on both sides of my family. My kids, their dad's family, they've been great. And I really appreciate them because I wouldn't be able to do all the things I'm doing right now without them. So.
Very cool. Are there specific age ranges that you work with most, or do you find that it's better to get them at an earlier age and start working with them, or is it pretty much you can help anyone?
I can pretty much help anyone. I started out with kids ages 4 through 19, but then over the span of time last year, I've been helping like a lot of more adults. I even have a single father on my caseload now. I'm helping him with parenting skills. So it's becoming, more prominent now, especially from the pandemic, having more opportunities to work with all types of people. So.
Right. Yeah.
I would love to have a camera to watch somebody work with a single dad that is trying to learn parenting skills, because I would be hilarious. I promise you, it would be funny. It would be a good thing to watch me have to learn to do. No.
But it's mostly mothers then.
Yeah, I do have some mostly mothers that I work with, and I have a few dads. But I have parents that's going through a divorce, I have both parents interacting with me, so it's been great. I really love it. I learn from it, so,
And how did you get started in this?
Well, I've been providing life coaching and educational coaching for maybe 2 years. I've been in mental health and social work for years, like over a decade, but I started noticing kids when I was providing therapy having struggles at home and at school, so I kind of tried to bridge that gap. And my mom, she passed away in 2014 of breast cancer, but she encouraged me a lot, and my sisters and my cousin Cynthia B. Williams, she worked in social services for over 30 years, and she's been a big factor in my life and my career. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
I have not heard of any other businesses that provide these services, that mix the mental health and the education together. So I think that that's very cool.
Yes.
Is it easier now, though, that mental health is no longer thought of as something that you're supposed to keep in the closet and nobody's supposed to talk about? Because for years, brain injuries and brain issues, mental health issues are just as important as lung issues or heart issues, but they've always been thought of as not put that in the back. You don't want anybody, that's a weakness. You don't want to show that.
Right.
Well, a bad heart's a weakness too, but we're okay with that weakness. We'll help that weakness. Have you seen it's gotten easier now that people are starting to accept that mental health is just like heart health?
Yes, the mental health is becoming prominent just as well as physical health, and I really appreciate that because we have been, as mental health counselors, been trying to find our way, and now we're starting to be more prominent. So.
Awesome.
Great.
So we've got 1 minute left. What would you like to share with our audience? And if you can please tell them how to contact you or how to find your website.
Okay, you can reach me at www.rbscounselingedu.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I'm on a variety of social websites. My number is area code 352-843-2074 if you want to reach out and connect with me at any time.
Perfect. And your website? You said rbscounselingedu.com.
edu.com.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Tom, did you have any?
No, I just think you're doing great work. I know that a lot of kids sometimes get diagnosed, oh, he's just a bad kid, oh, he's hyperactive or she's hyperactive, when in actuality, if they just had somebody to talk to and express themselves to,
yes,
you'd probably work out a lot of their problems without medication.
Yes. And can I say one thing before we go? I want to share this. We need so many foster and adoptive parents. I am a behavior specialist at Kids Central. We need your help. We are bringing in a lot of kids, and we need a support system, a lot of non-relative, relative caregivers. We need those. And so reach out to us. Definitely reach out to me, and I can point you in the right direction.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ladidra, for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks so much. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back to wrap up a Monday edition of Tom and Sonda on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying.